Now, have you heard about the First Berserker or First Berserker Kaizen? If you haven't and you just want to see the gameplay, you can check it out up here. However, let's talk about it in this video or review it to see if it is something you might want to play. So let's begin. So when you first start the game, you're basically being carted in the mountain. You could tell you're beat up, bruised, in prison, etc. And then you realize your name is Khazan, and you're basically the guy who was a war hero that somehow is going to betray the empire or the country you're protecting. And then some avalanche happens and the story begins. Now, I don't want to go too much into what's going on to spoil it, but again, if you want to check out, I got the full video on my channel. And as you're playing though, then you're introduced into another character and there's something talking to you. But then that's when the game starts and you start learning the mechanics of the game, how to dodge, how to guard, and from there the world builds up. So the game does introduce you to all the mechanics very well, and you can tell by the atmosphere that everything is polished and the combat is smooth, which some of these games in these soul-like genres are not. You know, unless you're playing like the Apex games like Elden Ring, Dark Souls, etc., you don't get that quality. Now, this game is soul-like, but it's not. It's more like an action version. So I'll put in the Sekiro and the Neo categories, because all these games normally have a parry system. You could parry, you could block, and the timing matters. The better you at it, the more you're rewarded. And also it has a stamina, so everything's linked to one bar. If you spamming that dodge button too much, you're gonna pay for it later. If you're blocking too much and not timing it right, you're gonna pay for it later. So everything goes off the stamina bar. Now, what makes this unique is that even the enemy has their own stamina bar. So if you're doing good and you're hitting them and they're overextending or over hitting you, then eventually you can counter attack them, put them in a posture state, and then just basically do a lot of critical damage. So the combat is great, but it doesn't walk you through. So what I mean by that is there are signs to tell that this attack is going to hit you, block, etc. But it's not so like a yellow line or red mark. It's kind of like you have to pay attention. And as you're doing it though, you are rewarded for it. So that's what I like. Now, this game is not hard. You can change the settings later and make it how you want to be. Now, I played some of these other games like Sekiro, Neo, and those could be a little bit harder because the game just gets harder as you fight more bosses or find more things. I don't know if this game will have that because it's only the demo, and it is not short, but it's like 2 hour-ish, 3 hour-ish, depending on your skill level. But the world building and everything else you've seen as you play the game is great. Design, great. I will say if you want to play this game, I definitely would. And it's free. It's a demo you can download. And another blessing is it saves your data. So if you decide to play it later or buy it, your data's still there and you can carry on. Now, you can play different weapons. So you can have dual wield, spear, or greatsword. Now, I'm in the greatsword category. I like my big sword, swinging, hitting things, etc. And also with the mechanics, you can kind of choose how you want to move it around. So you might want to be building your spear. You'd be like, you know what, I changed my mind. I want to go greatsword. You can just move the attributes and put them back onto the greatsword. So there's a lot of variety in the combat, which definitely something I'm a fan of. Now, my thoughts. I'm just giving a quick rundown of the game. There's a lot more in detail I can go into, but this was supposed to be nice and sweet just to see, are you interested? Is this a game for you? And I believe you're in the soul-like genre. It has everything you need. It is not hard and not easy, so it's right in the middle, just that perfect balance. And it is rewarding if you know what you're doing. And my opinion, I give this game a 9 out of 10 easily. Maybe a 10 out of 10. It's like right there. So I would say anybody interested should pick this game up, try it out. It is free again, so why not?
Now, let me know what you think about this game. Is this a game for you? Is this a game, not interested? Just let me know in the comment section. And if you like this content, like, comment, subscribe. And with that said, peace.